I know. I said I was done for the year, but figured I'd put one more out there. Welcome to Wrestling Through the Ages. Let's introduce our fighters, shall we? John Stanley Hansen and Frank Donald Goodish, better known as Stan Lariato Hansen and Bruiser Brody, were two up-and-coming wrestlers that started wrestling in the mid-70s and first met in Louisiana, Loranger, in the NWA Tri-State Wrestling Promotion on September 28th of 1974, with Hansen pinning Goodish that night. They would become tag team partners for the first time 2 months later, losing to Bob Sweeten and Bearcat Jones. Nicholas Warren Francis Bockwinkel and Harley Leland Race, two of the biggest legends. Nick Bockwinkel started wrestling in the early to mid-50s. Harley Race began full-time around 1962. 2 decades passed, and the two paired up one time on March 3rd of 1984, losing to the Blackjacks for the AWA in Green Bay, Wisconsin on a stacked card. And here is the toe-to-toe standing up to the date of the fight. As you can see, we are not too far off. Bockwinkel and Ray's combined title wins come to a staggering 73 title victories to Brody and Hansen's 53. All names are well established in the United States, but in Japan, it's a different story. Brody and Hansen were going to try and pull a quick win on the two popular Gaijins to solidify their place in the upper echelon. The young hopefuls were making Bockwinkel look weak at the start of the match. The race wasn't going to let the two younger juniors get away with it. I'm kind of parched, and we're out of beer. I'm only stuck with this White Claw. Well, what's the worst that could happen?
Hansen tags in Brody, to which he flattens Bockwinkel with a body slam. Nothing bad so far. Bockwinkel kicks out at 2. Here's where Brody commits the first offense by giving a very stiff boot to Bockwinkel's gut. He promptly tags in Hansen, which Stan rubs salt in the wound with a stiff boot across the face. This surprises Bockwinkel as he stumbles into his corner, to which Harley Race quickly tags himself in for the first receipt. Harley Race wastes no time and locks Hansen in a suplex, to which Hansen tries to sandbag Race. Hansen forgot Harley has a 0 BS tolerance and manhandles him over. As a big fan of Stan Hansen, I found this pretty low upon his part. The third offense is committed by Brody's pin break when he boots Harley on the back of the head, which was hard enough. Hansen got headbutted in the process. Hansen delivers a diving elbow drop, which looked stiff, but let's brush this one off. Brody and Hansen double team Race. Nick Bockwinkel breaks the pinfall before the referee can start a count. Bockwinkel expects Brody's corner counter, but didn't count on a worked foot in the face, followed by some disrespect on the ropes with no rope break. Bockwinkel had enough of Brody's antics and vault presses into him, forcing an awkward landing. Now Bruiser is upset with Bockwinkel and refuses to take a body slam. Nick trips up Brody, almost twisting his ankle. Brody now gives Nick Bockwinkel a hard knee in the gut and stiff punch to the face. And with true unsportsmanlike conduct, Brody drops his knees right on Nick's upper chest and neck. Ouch. Bockwinkel stands up stunned. We get uncooperative hugging. Then Harley yells at Bockwinkel to tag him in. Surely this will go very well. Race knees Bruiser in the groin. Bruiser no-sells a headbutt. Harley gets pissed and slaps a very tight sleeper hold that Bruiser has to work to get out of. Harley forces Brody to tag out. Stan retaliates with a half-loaded knee and follows it up with a double shoulder block, which he dishes all the impact, baffling Harley Race. Bockwinkel breaks the pin too, which Hansen strikes Bockwinkel hard in the gut. Harley sees this and stiffs Hansen in the gut. Hansen now retaliates with a right hook across the face. Here is the true professionalism of Harley Race. Without making it look like a fight in the front of the crowd, he sidesteps Hansen's boot attempt and quickly flips him up, forcing the big man to land on his head and shoulders. A very close call. Stan gives Harley some weak punches to gain the upper hand momentarily. This is where Brody gives Harley Race a very stiff boot across the face. Harley kicks out at 2. Harley gets up, dishing out a very hard headbutt to Brody, dropping him down to 1 knee. Brody refuses to take an Irish whip to the corner and gives Harley Race a somewhat close body slam. Brody sets up for a running elbow. Harley moves out of the way last second, sending the big man down flat on his ass. Brody leapfrogs Harley and upon his return plants him with a dropkick right across the jaw. This leads us to absolute loss of control of this entire match. It is clear that neither team is going to win this bout. Both teams grab chairs. Race and Brody try to whomp each other with chairs. Nick Bockwinkel chokes Hansen with streamers and pelts Brody across the face. All Gaijins are trapping each other's chairs, no one trusts anyone, and no one is working straight. As a super class act, Harley Race sends Hansen home with a wallop of a headbutt, which at first I didn't even notice because so much was going on. There it is, a match that, to Japan standards, is probably nothing out of the ordinary because they're so used to seeing these style of stiff matches and wrestlers not willing or wanting to work with one another for various reasons. Was this a fight? Yes. It was a wrestling bout between 4 legendary wrestlers who didn't want to put the other team over. Hansen and Brody started this off attempting to assert their dominance, and the 2 older veterans decided to show them just how difficult gaining an advantage would become. Hansen and Brody dished out the most strikes. Bockwinkel and Harley Race dealt the most damage, so this is a draw.
Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time for another episode of Wrestling Through the Ages.